One of the biggest questions I get from people starting a nonprofit is this: how do new nonprofits actually raise money in their first year? And most people assume the answer is once I get my 501(c)(3) approval, I'll start fundraising. But here's the truth most people don't realize. The most successful nonprofits start raising support before their approval ever comes through. Today, I'm going to walk you through how new nonprofits raise money in year one, even before they're fully launched. Hi, I'm Lynette Apodaca, and I help people turn their passion into sustainable nonprofit organizations. If you're starting a nonprofit or thinking about launching one soon, understanding how funding actually works in year one can save you a lot of stress and help your organization grow much faster. So, one of the most common mistakes new nonprofit founders make is waiting too long to think about fundraising. Many people believe the process looks like this: I'll start the nonprofit, get 501(c)(3) approval, then I'll start fundraising. But in reality, that order often causes nonprofits to struggle financially in their first year. And why? Because when the approval letter finally arrives, founders suddenly realize they still need to build a donation relationship, a funding plan, a clear mission story, and a community that supports their cause. And all of this takes work, which is why successful nonprofits start much earlier. Strong nonprofits start thinking about funding before they ever officially launch. Here are 3 ways many nonprofit organizations begin financial support in their first year. They build a support community. Before asking for donations, founders begin building relationships. They share their mission with friends, family, local communities, and an online audience. This creates awareness and trust, which is essential before people feel comfortable giving. And then some start early fundraising events. Some founders host small events or community gatherings that introduce people to their mission. And these could be things like an informal meetup, community service projects, mission-focused workshops, or even some online awareness campaigns. And these early events help people understand why the nonprofit exists. And then preparing for grants. So many founders think grants are the first funding source, but most grants require a clear mission, a program plan, a measurable impact, and often an operating history. So instead of waiting, strong founders begin preparing grant strategies early so they are ready when opportunity opens. So remember, the goal of the first year is not just raising money. It's building a foundation of support that will sustain your nonprofit long term. That means developing a clear mission story, a community of supporters, a donor communication strategy, and a structured fundraising plan. Because when those pieces are in place, fundraising becomes much easier and more consistent. So this is actually something we focus on heavily in our program. We help founders create their first fundraising plan before they ever launch their nonprofit. That way, when their organization is officially approved, they already know how they're going to generate support and funding. So remember, starting a nonprofit is about more than paperwork. It's about building a mission that people believe in enough to support. So if you're planning to start a nonprofit, remember this: funding doesn't start after approval. It starts with the strategies you build before you launch. So if you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel and feel free to leave your nonprofit questions in the comments.